Brick Smith, and welcome to Forever Sorting with Kevin Aquafina Hinkle.
You think I can afford Aquafina?
Actually, I know somebody whose name's Aquafina.
This is just tap.
Yeah, real quick, Kevin, before we go anywhere at all, the thing jumped from 0 to 11 seconds, so I don't know what that's about. The counter in the corner?
That's fun. Maybe you guys like experience a time jump that we don't experience. You could tell us, viewers.
Yeah. So as you can see, we're wearing the same clothes as last week.
We are. We actually coordinated that.
Yeah, we haven't changed. We've been wearing the same clothes all week.
So before we say anything, before we do anything today, I apologize on behalf of the quality of my connection last time. So I don't know how much came through for you guys and what you missed or what was choppy or what came in or out. But thank you for bearing with me, bearing with the Connecticut internet. There's nothing I can do about it. Like I got full bars. I don't know what to say.
But for some reason, better down here is not for Kevin. It's for Connecticut's internet.
And you know, this happens. I don't want to say it happens all the time, but it happens frequently with things where my connection is bad, but my connection is as strong as I can get my connection. So I'm like, whatever. So just wanted to get that out.
It was only choppy towards the end, and your message got through. In my opinion, I knew what you were saying.
Okay,
and I don't think we're always on the same page. So for that to be the fact, I think we're good.
Okay.
But your mouth is not matched up to your body right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it bad?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. Should we? What do you want to do? Should we keep going? Should we start over?
Usually the internet catches up, and you do this like speed up thing, and it matches up.
How about karate chop? Hello.
Your mouth was not moving when you said hiya.
Hello. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it bad?
You guys could. It's bad. If you could, but here's the thing, it doesn't matter. If you guys could, in the comments below, whenever his mouth catches up with his body, can you put the timestamp in the comments?
Sorry, everybody.
I think it just did. I think you just matched it up.
Oh, did it? It's fixed?
Yep, it sure is.
Okay. All right, there we go, everybody. Yeah. So the only thing that it really affected last time was I was really hoping to kind of button up the New York trip in one episode and just kind of be done with it. And we have to have a couple minutes to that up from,
Well, you froze again. What?
The only thing that changes is that we're going to have to take a couple extra minutes this time to wrap that up.
Yeah,
before we
that's fine. But Kevin, before you get started, where can these fine feathered folks see you besides here with the StreamYard live stream on the Brick Smith YouTube channel? Hang on, I'll get you up there. Hang on, there you go. That better? There you go.
Powered by StreamYard. Ding!
Yeah. They are huge supporters of the Brick Smith channel and the Forever Sorting show. They reached out to us. Absolutely. They begged us to use their equipment
personally.
The duck. He's the first cousin to the Affleck duck. Just so you guys, that's how we met. Because
first
cousin. Yeah, first cousins on their mom's side. Yep.
Gilbert Godfrey. So, hello guys, welcome back again.
Oh, we're doing a show, right? Okay.
We're gonna welcome to another episode. As Julian said, if you guys have any interest in finding me outside of this program, you can find my website at kevinahinkle.com. You can find me on social media at Mr. Kevin Hinkle. Whoop. There it is. If you want to follow just my work as an artist, you can find me on social media at Mr. Hinkle Draws. Additionally, I have a comic series I make for Lego fans about Lego fans. You can find out more about that at bricksinthemiddle.com or on social media at BITN. And last but not least, I have a t-shirt subscription service where I design Lego inspired t-shirts for Lego fans. And you can find out more information about that at bricksonthedollar.com. Efficient.
See where I screwed up?
No, I didn't. I tried not to look down.
I threw bricks up with the dollar up first, and then it went right to bricks in the middle, and then it went back to bricks in the dollar.
Okay. There it is. I wanted to have uninterrupted eye contact with our viewers.
I mean, that's always the way. I hardly ever stare at them because I'm too busy looking 4 inches south into your eyes.
It's hard. It's hard to do it.
Yeah,
but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So last time, we were talking about my first trip.
What?
There it is. My first trip to. Yes. There.
Look, folks, no caffeine. This is good for my heart.
Did it say aged vanilla?
It did.
Okay, all right. Aged vanilla.
Hey, Kevin.
I love it.
I can. Oh, sorry.
Wait. I'm done. I'm out. So, so we were talking about my first trip ever to New York City. It was awesome. I took a lot of pictures. They still exist on my Flickr account.
Flickr.
I still have a Flickr account. And it's I have an album. It's called NYC New York 2011. And it's doesn't have many. It only has a couple of photos, but it has my photos from the FAO Schwartz and from Toys R Us Times Square. The FAO Schwartz actually had I'm looking at the pictures right now, had a pretty big Lego section in it.
Really?
It had like no, but I'm saying like not just a bunch of shelves of Lego. Like it actually had like an elaborate, like a brick built environment.
Well, that's what they used to do when Lego was cool. Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, they also had a really cool Statue of Liberty model, and they had one of the Jack Sparrow models from Pirates of the Caribbean, and they had an Indiana Jones model.
Can you stop looking at it and screen share?
I guess I can. Let me see here. Screen share. I like how it says it's easier with 2 monitors. Well, I don't have that.
It may be.
Can I choose? Here we go.
Yep.
Can you see?
Yes, I can. Look at there, Kev.
Nice. Okay. Sweet. All right. So I can't see you, but I'm showing the pictures. So
you want to see me? There I am.
It doesn't change anything. All right.
Oh.
I'm afraid to minimize it and then look at you, and then we go into the infinite loop of picture in picture in picture.
No, go ahead. Go ahead and put that even bigger. You're good. Take up the whole thing. There you go.
Sweet. So let me back up to find the.
So by the way, I'm eating, just in case anybody was wondering.
Okay. So as you can see, this is in FAO Schwartz, and like I said, Lego environment.
Is that Captain Jack Sparrow?
It is Captain Jack Sparrow right there. You can see the products for sale right now are the Cars 2 products here. Yep. As I said, this is in Flickr if you want to go see these. These are kind of interesting. There's bricks, but I think it's just a decal. I think it's a decal with a light, I think is what it is. But that's there. Here's the Indiana Jones. This is one of the classic ones that has the idol. There is a the model is the same, but they removed the idol and replaced it with a brick-built crystal skull in later years to promote the new Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull movie. But this was the first one that had the idol on it.
Yeah, they failed when they did that. What is it? What do you? Can you get your hands on one of those idols for me, please?
What? Sure. Here's an interesting fact. Are you ready for an interesting fact? That idol right there, the fertility idol that you see, and it is obviously not made out of Lego.
No.
But it was sculpted by retired former Lego Master Model Builder Stephen Gerling.
Nice.
So Steve Gerling came to the Lego world from he was classically trained as an artist, so he knew how to paint, he knew how to illustrate, and how to sculpt with clay. And he decided that he thought it would be a nice touch on this to not brick build the idol, but actually sculpt it.
I respect that. I like that idea.
Yeah, so it was not like provided by Lucasfilm or anything like it was actually sculpted with reference material by a Lego Master Builder and then cast it out, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
So
now the question I have for you now,
yeah,
this is for you and everyone else, is that idol officially a Lego?
That's a great question, huh?
Yeah, let's get your answers down below. Let's have a fight. Let's have a riot in the chat and the comments.
Let's have a fight.
Let's have a fight.
I can see. I like it. I like your style. I can see peeking here on the right. We have Toy Story sets.
Nice.
I think those are Toy Story 3 sets.
Is that one of those big pink buckets? I own that big pink bucket.
Yeah. That's the one I think that Bender was wearing on his head at Philly, right?
That's the real quick, folks. That's the Grand Poobah bucket right there.
Yeah, the one that I remember Bender wearing. It looked like Napoleon. It's like this super long head. So, yep, Indiana Jones. Here's the close up of Jack Sparrow.
Oh, real quick, go back to the last one.
Yeah.
We're never getting through these, bro. The minifig hanging out on top there.
Yeah, up there.
Yeah. Those go for a pretty penny nowadays.
Yep, that is the very same style as the one I had at the Philly yard sale earlier this year.
Did it sell?
It's gone. Oh man, who has it?
Bricks
for Chris. Bricks for Chris has it, I think.
Chris wasn't there.
It was acquired and transported to him.
Good to know.
By a third party. Somebody gave me money and it left my possession.
Yeah.
But I think he has it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he does.
All you need to know. I know that Uncle Cheap had a bunch.
Yeah.
At his table. I'm sorry. Thank you.
No problem. Looking back, we got board games back there. We got Atlantis. We got Minotaurus.
Yeah.
Here's also what I love about this is you can see. I mean, this is in the middle of New York. This is the window outside, and it's probably 5 floors up.
Nice.
Maybe 6 floors up, and it's absolutely gorgeous. But there's a Sparrow. He had a little compass in his hand, and this model. We all love good tangents, right?
Mm-hmm.
This model, there was multiple Jack Sparrow models, was notorious for elements broken and ripped off of it.
Yeah.
So as you can imagine, as we have learned with my very old tale of Hagrid in the Lego store in Colorado, youths and teenagers love to rip stuff off of these. And so he's got all this like dangling stuff on his beard, and he's got like the feather in his cap. Even the compass, you could get it out of there if you really wanted to, because it's built separately.
Nice.
And all of that stuff would get ripped off of the Jack Sparrows all the time.
Oh my God.
Which is kind of sad, but
that is sad.
There it is. There he is. Let's see, get another picture here, another angle. There was one Jack Sparrow sculpture that was returned to Enfield, and the sword right here.
Mm-hmm.
The entire sword was ripped off of it. Like somebody just grabbed it with all of their weight and just put the foot on the model and just ripped it off.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So that returned model, then thrown in the dumpster behind the Lego group, correct?
Well, that one actually was put on display inside the model shop. And so when you walked in, it sat kind of near the front of it and in its broken and terrible state. I don't know why. I mean, normally that kind of model would absolutely, it would have done a couple of things. First of all, it would have been wrapped in some kind of plastic wrap and sat in the warehouse for a countless number of years. And then
the covenant, right?
Yeah. And then eventually someone would say, why are we keeping this destroyed and or sun bleached and or faded and or ruined sculpture? It's doing literally nothing.
Right.
And then they would throw it in a dumpster. But it would take years to get to that dumpster. This one, though, for some reason, this one with the broken sword, they had it right there in the front of the model shop, and so it was a pretty staple part of the tour. And they would usually talk about the damage and the life of models getting damaged. So maybe that's why they kept it. But yeah, so that one didn't make it. At least by the time I left, it was still in the shop. But I mean, look at this. See the little this part right here with the chains?
Yeah.
That is just begging to be ripped off.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Thinking about breaking his beard off too.
The little
goatee. Yeah. That's how I'm going for.
Yeah. Here we got Statue of Liberty.
Liberty. Oh, so all right. So obviously, Lego does not know how to give you anything but a busted Liberty face. Okay.
So something that here's another interesting thing about these sculptures, about how Lego goes about making these sculptures. You can see if you look here, Statue of Liberty, all bricks and plates, all of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you look at Jack Sparrow, you can different angle, maybe. You can see mostly bricks in there, but you can see a couple slopes.
Yeah, I'm on the nose.
So the software that Lego uses to make these, it is a proprietary software. It's not available outside of the company. I want to say it's called Brick Builder, I think.
Yeah.
But it cannot process, or at least it cannot process easily, slopes and parts other than basic brick and plate.
Interesting.
And so,
but go ahead, Kevin. I'll cut you off.
So when there is a model that has slopes or not basic brick or plate, it's more complicated, and usually that is when you have the master builders step in and use their expertise to make it work.
Yeah, I got you.
If it's all just straight up brick and plate, then there's a high chance that file will just be handed over to a junior model builder, maybe even an intern, maybe even just a gluer, and say, here you go, follow the instructions and put it together. But when you have really the most complicated model that I had heard of was the Iron Man from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Because all of the intricate armor had all kinds of slopes and curves and things that the brick builder software could not handle. And so the master builder, this is when a master builder really is a master builder. And they have to walk in and use the software, use their eye, use their expertise, and make it all mesh together. A lot of times the heads, the actual heads of people and their likeness will use a lot of slopes. And so when you guys are watching those time lapses, because again, we know our audience, we are Lego fans, and we know you're watching these.
Yeah.
When you guys watch those time lapses that Lego shares going, look how Lego built this giant sculpture of Batman. Notice, pick up on this, guys. You will always see that there's the whole body being built by a team and then just the head being built by somebody else. You'll always notice that. And that person building the head is an actual master builder.
Everybody else is just grunt.
What?
Everybody else is just grunt work.
Yes. The other people that are building the body, usually sometimes interns, sometimes model builders, but they can easily use the instructions that the software provides and just pull out the parts and glue it. Yeah. Whereas the head takes a lot more skill if you're not doing something like this. So it's just basic brick and plate. So the master builders are usually tasked with building the heads because that's very important. And they're really the only ones that are skilled enough, or at least that the company seems skilled enough to do it.
So we're at FAO Schwartz right here.
Yeah, correct.
Did Lego give them to them, those models? Did they give them those sculptures, or did they come up with them on their own?
No, Lego definitely provided it.
And also, I was going to say, this program that has exclusivity to Lego, I'm sure that there is enough intelligent people in the community. They could probably write their own program.
100%. 100%.
Love to see it. I challenge any of our listeners or watchers to do it.
Yeah. outside of the model shops in Enfield and in the Czech Republic, those are the two model shops in the world. The Legoland parks, I am pretty confident, have access to the software.
Sure.
And last I heard, also the Lego certified professionals have access to it.
Yeah. Right.
So here's another shot of the Lego space and FAO Schwartz. We see Ninjago. I think this is first wave, first gen Ninjago, I think.
Oh my. Settle down, Jim Blaze. Settle down.
Yes, simmer down now. Looks like we got a tower bridge here on the side. And we got I think that's Ewok. Or something with the Ewoks on indoor, I think.
Yeah, okay. I was about to say, if you were saying that it was the village, that came much later.
Yeah, not the village, but like I think this was the set with like the glider and the little base or something.
That's a set that got by me. I like it. I wish I had that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
but I personally love the movie, and that scene is, to me, iconic.
It's a good scene. It's a really good scene.
It really is.
Here's another shot of I do really like this Statue of Liberty.
Oh, short though.
Well, I mean,
he's all there though.
You see, there's actually that might be Jim. It is Jim, actually.
What?
He's back there. You see his head?
I see it.
And he's conveniently standing in front of the Indians, so it looks like he's wearing a fedora, but he is not. But so yeah, I mean, Jim is not a super tall guy, but he probably comes up to like her neck on the model.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so I do like the model. I think it's nice.
Yeah.
But there is the Lady Liberty, and what else we got back here? Creationary. We got Ramses Pyramid, Atlantis, the board game.
Wow.
Woolly. I think that's a little sheep one. Something with wool in it. Yeah, I don't know. And over here in the front, we got Pirates of the Caribbean. There we go. And let's see what else we got. Here's another shot. Yeah, more. We looked at that already. Some Ninjago stuff. And here's super close Indy.
That's good looking there. You got slopes too. He's got a slope nose there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's actually all brick and plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Sure. I'm coming in for a close up.
Zooming in, folks.
Okay. Yeah, no, that was my eye. I was. What do you got behind him?
Stuff. So of course the police station. That's a speedboat, I think, on a transporter. This one looks like a boat does float, I believe. And
I see.
Helicopter. There's the Lego truck.
That's what I saw.
And this is like some city transport. It might be.
Yeah. I don't know if it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. Not a lot of photos, but that's why. Let me stop sharing.
Whoa.
Get back to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to frighten you all. So the other things, of course, I don't know how much of this came through in the last episode, but in FAO Schwartz, the things that I found incredible about that store was the Jim Henson Muppet, like create your own Muppet station.
Shut up.
I'm not even joking you.
Listen, you guys here, Kevin. I don't know if you know this or not, but I have had a kinship and a love of the Muppets since I was a very small child. Muppets Do Manhattan is probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
Did you know this? Did you know that they had that?
I did not, because the FAO Schwartz I went to wasn't in New York.
Okay. So, I mean, the store, again, massive.
Yeah.
I think it was 3 stories.
Wasn't that in big? FAO Schwartz was in big.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when we went, so that first time I went was the only time that it had the piano as seen in the movie Big. Ever since then, they did not have the piano.
My God.
It was actually super disappointing because I don't know what happened. I think they said somebody busted it. But they had like a fake smaller piano.
Oh, you know what
so like they had like So they it's kind of like the toys you can buy. Like you roll out the piano on the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They had one of those on the floor, and it was like a fraction of the size of the real piano. But that first time I went, they had the real piano.
Oh my God.
Never again did they have the real piano. But
Okay, I'm glad you got to experience that.
it was fun. That was on the top, the very top of FAO Schwartz.
Yeah.
And then on the bottom floor, they had yeah. I mean, I'm not even kidding you. The Jim Henson's Make Your Own Muppet area, and it was huge. Like that could have been its own store. So like you walked in and it's like, whoa, wait, what are we? And it had like on the walls you saw like Kermit and they look legit. And you could literally build your own Muppet. I wanted to do it so bad. I think the cost per Muppet was like $300.
And
right. They had a guy.
You just make one.
Yeah. They had a guy there that had like an official Muppets branded apron. He had like scissors and tools in his like tool belt to like help you make a Muppet. And they had all the material, the different eyes, the different skin colors, the different felt material. And I was like, man, I'm going to come back and do this. The other thing that I really love that FAO Schwartz had is they had on the middle floor, they had almost like a highbrow art area. So they had this section where it was actual animation cells from like Warner Brothers cartoons, Disney cartoons. I mean, guys, we're talking in the hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for these things. But
why would a guy who works at Lego care anything about art?
Shrug. Shrug. But so I was like they had the person working that area had white gloves so that they could show you actual animation cells, like the hand painted Disney animation cells.
That's beautiful.
I was loving it. And they also just had, art prints. They had like anything that was an illustration or a painting that had something to do with cartoons or cinematic animation. There was this whole area devoted to it. And I was like, man. So again, since then, FAO Schwartz closed down. That whole thing was shut off. I can't remember if FAO Schwartz in general went bankrupt or if they closed all their locations, but they have since reopened a significantly smaller version. Me and David Pagano visited earlier this year, and it was not the same.
So who have you gone to? You go to New York to see and with a Christian from Chile,
right?
Pagano from New York. Who else did you go with? Come on, name some more names that the community knows. Come on.
In general,
yeah, just Lego people.
Oh,
By the way, your camera's crap and your audio's perfect.
Oh, that's so weird. Okay,
I hate it. I can't stand it. I don't blame you. I know it frustrates you almost as much as it frustrates me.
It does.
I know.
I tried. There was a couple years where I tried to meet up with Victor because Victor used to live in New York.
Right.
He was in Long Island, so I mean, it was a little bit of a trek for him to get to New York City. But there was multiple times I was like, "Hey, I'm going to be in New York City. We should meet," and he never was able to make it work.
No.
But no, I could swear there's other people.
Does he get to do better?
We could throw one up for posterity. I could swear there's been maybe a couple other people that I've visited over the years.
I didn't mean to put Kevin on the spot like this. Apparently, he only has 3 friends. My bad, man.
Yeah, it's fine. So yeah, and we went back and. So anybody that's visiting New York, there is a FAO Schwartz. It's in Rockefeller Center, like everything is now. Everything moved out of Times Square and moved to Rockefeller Center. I think what I was. No, never mind. So there's a much smaller FAO Schwartz there now. There is no section for the highbrow art. It's gone. Doesn't exist anymore. And what's funny is Dave and I were looking for that exact same section at the same time when we were in there. Didn't there used to be he's like a place with like the animation cells? I was like, yes. That's what I'm looking for. That's not there. I do think though that the Muppet Build a Muppet was there again.
Oh,
It was a lot smaller,
sure.
but I think it was there.
Well, they only had like 10,000 googly eyes instead of 100,000.
Yeah, maybe one of our gracious listeners can make a Julian Bricksmith Muppet. Could
you know who would do it? Doc could do it.
Yeah, and could you like do a whole stream as Muppet You?
Oh, I would do it in a heartbeat.
There it is. Love it.
Forever. I may just like put Google eyes on a sock and give it a beard and
Just to,
anyway.
Just to give it a whirl.
Yeah.
I love it. That's so awesome.
Baby. Hang on. Herm Smith, and welcome to Forever Shorting. See, I got it. I got it down. I could have done it.
Yeah, and remember, like when you end it, you have to like Kermit the Frog style, where you just like throw the arms up. You're like, come on, you got tricks. So yeah, it was really cool. The other thing also, I almost forgot. We need an I Could Eat at this moment. Jim had been to New York many more times than I had.
Sure.
And he's like, I need to take you to authentic New York style pizza, not a chain, not a place that other people like. This is a hole in the wall, like only the natives know about it. I can't even remember the name, but we walked to it. It was very small. There wasn't a lot of like the touristy traffic. It seemed like a lot of local traffic in it because you can tell.
All right, I gotta do a disclaimer. I'm from the Midwest. I was raised in the Midwest. I'm from Florida, but raised in the Midwest. Dear everyone who loves me and holds me close and dear to their heart, I love my Chicago deep dish pizza.
Yeah.
I also love my paper thin New York style pizza. Here's what I say. There's enough room in my belly and my heart for both.
I love it. As you know, Julian, this year was my first year to have what was the name of that place? Me and Reed went to that deep dish place in Chicago.
Yeah, Giordano's. That's where my wife and I went for some of our honeymoon excursions when we went to the Windy City, Chicago, for the honeymoon. Who goes to Chicago for their honeymoon?
No one that I know.
This guy right here.
One person I know.
Yeah. Damn right.
That place is no joke, man.
It is.
You should have seen Reed and my expression when the waitress was like, did you guys want to get any appetizers? And we're like, no. She goes, okay, I just want to make sure because the pizza will take 40 minutes. And we're like, yes.
Yeah, we had the same conversation.
But man, that was delicious though.
And then he got the same fries we got, but he didn't know.
So yeah, we went back to New York. We went to this super small local place. It was totally on Jim's recommendation, and he was like, "This is authentic New York style," and it was amazing. I loved it. The slices are like the size of the plate.
Yeah. Paper thin.
Yeah, and it was.
You gotta eat them.
You fold it. You fold it like in 5 different ways. It's like. So we did that. That was our last thing to do before we left. So we did that. I didn't do anything else. I didn't go like to the top of any skyscrapers. We didn't go to the Statue of Liberty. Like we did very like Lego related sightseeing. And then finished with the pizza, headed back. It was a whole day. I think I probably got back at like 8:00 at night.
No, is that Joey?
No, it's not. But so
real quick, I got to do another disclaimer.
Please.
For you people who think that it's Detroit style pizza, it's not. It's Chicago deep dish. Don't try and take our thing. Also, I love Philly, but I've heard people claim that it was Philly style pizza, which is the thin stuff that belongs to New York. And stop it. I'm just saying, those are things I heard.
Like you. the silent click. Just, like you already have cheesesteaks.
Yep. Done.
It's fine. It's yours.
And you have cars. Stop messing with our stuff.
You don't need to. I'm gonna. All right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So that I wanted to kind of wrap that up last time, but audio issues, whatever. So that was the entirety of that trip.
Wow, I'm glad you had audio issues last time because wow, that was quite a clip.
Well, and I probably wouldn't have shown photos.
No, time. I'm glad we had the audio problem. Yeah. We are very happy to have seen the photos.
Yeah.
I really enjoy when you show photos because you know what to take pictures of.
Thank you.
Yeah, well.
I do have photos somewhere. I couldn't find them in that album, but photos of the Toys R Us in Times Square, because they had some really cool Lego models there too, like King Kong scaling the Empire State Building, nice. And it was like probably 15 to 20 feet tall, and they had just a bunch of iconic like architecture that was there. And what I thought was really cool about that one is they didn't have like the Lego environment that FAO Schwartz had. A huge dedicated Lego space, and they had these skyscrapers kind of just littered in the area, but the walls and the ceiling were painted or whatever, decaled or wallpapered or whatever, to look like the sky was the clouds were Lego brick built. Oh. So like it wasn't like these, crazy kooky contraptions coming out of the wall like we saw, but it was like you were in a Lego environment. Nice. So like you were surrounded with skyscrapers and shelves of products, and then you looked up and the clouds were like brick built clouds. So it's like, it's kind of neat. So, but I know I have photos. I just don't know where they are. But yeah, that was the New York trip, which I wanted to make sure I hit upon because that was important.
That was a pretty good trip. I've enjoyed this episode and a half of it.
Yeah. So one thing I want to talk about, I'm going to use the remainder of our time to do a mini flashback.
Oh my!
So this is not a flashback episode.
No,
but there is one thing in particular that I neglected to mention, and that is Lego Kids Fest.
I have a minifig from 2010.
Yeah, that's the only one.
What? The one in Chicago?
Yeah, they never did another minifig. They just did that one year.
Yeah. What's that one worth, Kevin?
I had a few. They're gone. So so Lego, if you happen to not know what this is, which actually some people might not because it's been gone for about 5 years now.
What are you going to do?
So Lego launched a show called Lego Kids Fest, and it's actually I don't want to get too far into the inception of Lego Kids Fest, but
hey Kevin, hey Kevin,
yes,
hey Kevin,
yes.
Yeah, can we get a Kids Fest episode?
We could totally do that.
Let's do that one. Let's promise them now that they'll get one in the future.
Okay, we'll go all into the Lego Kids Fest in the future.
Beautiful. Thank you, Kevin.
Absolutely. So what's important that I forgot to mention is when I was, and we're not going too far back, don't worry. When I had applied to work on the community team, but I was still in retail, but hadn't got the job yet. I was still in the running. I got an email one day by accident because I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I was actually one of two Kevins as Lego store managers. So there was two of us. There was Kevin, the store manager of Mall of America, right? And then there was me in Austin. I think I may have mentioned that.
You may have mentioned that. If not, I heard it somewhere before.
Yeah. So we were the two Kevins, and I got an email by accident. It was meant for the other Kevin, but I got an email from the person at corporate in Enfield whose title was. It was a weird title. It was like special retail. So I don't know, something that doesn't exist anymore. Yeah. It was a very unique, odd, weird title. Like, what in the heck does that person do? And the email was not just to me. It wasn't meant to be to me at all, but it was me and like 20 other people. And it was the schedule and expectations of the upcoming Lego Kids Fest in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I mean, this was a very matter of fact, like, operational email.
Yeah.
Like, greetings, everybody. Looking forward to working with you all next week. Here's our schedule. Here's our whatever. And I'm like, this is totally not meant for me. I mean, I had no idea what it was. I had no idea what it was about. I had no idea about anything. And so I jokingly, in my kind of humor, replied to the email to this guy from corporate who I kind of knew, but not, as much as anybody in corporate.
Mm-hmm.
And I replied to it and I go, I was like, unless you're planning to fly me from Austin, this is not meant for me. It was like my funny way of saying, whoops, you got the wrong Kevin.
Yeah.
And I sent it to him. I sent the email off and he replied with, oh, you're right. I'm sorry. That was meant for the other one. But were you serious when you said, if you book me a flight, you'll come help? Because I will book it within the next 10 minutes.
All right. And done.
And I was like, what? I didn't know what it was. I had no idea what this was even about.
I would have just said yes.
And keep in mind, guys, this is go a little bit back. This is me in retail. This is me as the Lego store manager of the Austin, Texas store. I'm kind of fizzling out, right? I'm like, kind of over retail. I've already applied for a job outside of it. So yeah, I was like, okay, I'll take it. It was not meant for me. It was a total accident. It was happenstance. I could have just deleted the email and not replied.
Sure.
But I replied thinking it was a joke and he would think it was funny, but instead he booked me a flight. And like, seriously, within hours, I had a itinerary sent to me. It was like, here you go. And I was like, I guess I'm going to Lego Kids Fest in Minneapolis, St. Paul. So that was, again, this is 2011. So this is 2011. This is a couple months, maybe a month out from me getting the job, moving to Infield.
Wow.
And I flew out, Lego flew me out to Minneapolis to help with Lego Kids Fest. This was kind of interesting. I'm trying to see. I think I have some photos, maybe not many actually, but there's some important things that, I have. So I'll share my screen. How about, no, let me talk first, then I'll share my screen. So, I'd never been to a Lego Kids Fest, and we'll have a whole thing about what it is and why it exists, but I'd never been. I only kind of knew of it.
Right.
I was like, oh, this is a Lego operated traveling show. And apparently there's a store there. There's a Lego store within the event. So, all right, I'll help. I don't know what that means. It was very much an all hands on deck kind of thing. I think there was like 30 of us. Keeping in mind my entire staff's complement is like 20 people at the time. And there's 30 of us working a store that is only open for, I think, 14 hours. So I'm like, wow. Is this really necessary? I got in there. I was like, this is so much overkill. I can't even begin. But I'm like, what do I know? So I'm sitting there, and I also noticed that the people that were there were pretty high-ranking people. Not necessarily in the corporate world, but just like I'm sitting there going, okay, there's 30 of us, and 10 of us are store managers. Like that's kind of, again, is this excessive? Maybe. Yeah. Of course, later I found out it's because we're all salary, so we can't get paid more than working 40 hours. That may be shady business. But so I'm like, okay,
get one of those.
That, I mean, what did I know back then, right? So
not you, the Lego company, the Lego group, they need to do better.
Yeah, a lot of us working that show for the first year, 2 years, 3 years were store managers and assistant store managers, because those are the only two people in a Lego store that are paid salary. So 40 hours a week, folks, whether you work 170 is irrelevant. So you get paid for 40. So we were there, and our job was to just run that store like any store. So you stock it, you sell products, you run registers. Now, Lego Kids Fest as an event was a 3-day show. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And there was what they call sessions. So it's not like you just show up and the show's open all day Saturday. Right. There is a evening session Friday, a morning break evening session on Saturday. So 2 sessions on Saturday. Same thing on Sunday, a morning session, a break, and then an evening session. Mm-hmm. So you have to buy a ticket to a certain session, right? in total, the show's probably, like I said, like 15, 16 hours in total. And we had a staff of 30 and we had 12 registers, right?
Grief.
And I don't know. I'm like, why does this all seem like overkill?
Right.
And when the show happened, right? When the show actually took place, all 12 registers, all 5 sessions were always cooking all at the same time. I think there was 28,000 people at the show.
Wow.
Not only were all 12 registers cooking at the same time, they had a queue of probably about 50 people in line at all times. Wow. And I'm sitting there, and this is all new to me. And I'm like, why is this like Christmas Day? Or I'm not, like the week before Christmas.
Yeah.
Black Friday. Why am I experiencing Black Friday in the middle of whatever month it was? I got the job in July, so this would have been earlier in the spring. I was like, what's happening? And I mean, it felt working the entire holiday season in my Lego store in 15 hours.
Wow.
I swear to you, when the show was done, me and probably half of the staff collapsed on the floor. I was like, what has transpired? Stock was flying off the show. We could not get, like, I was like, what is happening? So we had to keep stocking stuff like nobody. Here's the other thing that was incredible to me. They told us, don't worry about customer service.
Wow.
And this is Lego say, they go, make sure the shelves are full. Make sure if people ask you where stuff is, show them where it is, because we need to get them what they want.
Right.
And then check them out as fast as you can. That was the rule. Done. And even us doing all of that, I couldn't keep up with it. I mean, I really could. It was insane to me. And I'm used to running a store. Yeah. I was like, what is happening? So this was all super crazy to me. Let me show some photos. Let me screen share again. Yep. Lego Kids Fest. Yep. Okay. You can see?
We can see, sir.
Okay. So I'm not going to click on all of them, but I mean, this is a Lego show. So if you've been to any shows that are
that's
Lego
25, is that the correct? Is that the correct? Are all them spacing and font correct on that?
Yeah. Yes. This is what they call a mystery mosaic. And so we'll dive into this in the Kids Fest episode, but
yeah,
no, it's fine, but it's super fascinating how it works.
No, I'm saying it looks good, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I want to get back to the album shot actually. So I took a lot of pictures of like the activities and things, because this was all really, fascinating to me. It's like, okay, this is all happening. This is me and master builder Chris Steininger. So, back in 2011, we were both very different. If you looked at pictures of both of us now, we look vastly different.
Is that the master builder's son?
That is master builder Dan's son. Yeah,
that's what I thought. It looks, you can see it in the eyes, I think, a little bit.
Yes. And they like, their voices are so incredibly similar. It's crazy. This was funny to me because I had just seen Chris for my grand opening of my Lego store. And so I said, Chris, I'm following you around the country. So I went and grabbed a photo with him after it was like within minutes of me saying that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Let me go back to the album shot. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. We'll get into that stuff later, but I want to get to like mostly the store. Here, this is a store, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can see nothing fancy, guys. This is like Walmart shelving. This is the same shelving I have in my basement right now. It's simple shelving, but you see it's just product. Get it all out. Get it on the shelves. Don't worry about visual merchandising. It doesn't need to look pretty. It just needs to be filled. And so that was that. Here's a quick shot of the queue. This queue was filled at all times.
My goodness.
And it's hard to see from here. But I mean, so this is an island of product. And this is all like keychains and stuff. And the queue at one point got so long that we ended up wrapping it around the island. So insane. This is my friend Adam. And so Adam used to be the assistant manager of the Woodfield store in greater Chicagoland, Schaumburg. And unfortunately, Adam was plagued with the same curse that many of us were, and tried multiple times to be a store manager and was never allowed the opportunity to do it.
Ooh,
he just is it up?
Yeah,
it's up. Adam got sick of it and he quit. And now Adam is not only the store manager, he is the retail director for Brickmania.
Nice.
So he is literally in charge of all two. What?
Go ahead.
He's in charge of either the 2 or 3 retail stores Brickmania operates right now.
Right.
So he is he was the store manager of their Woodfield store because Brickmania opened a Lego store in Woodfield. He was the store manager there and did that for a few years and then got promoted to a higher level.
Nice. Is that where you got
but here's
that bag you sold me at
No, we had those in my store too.
Okay. I thought that I've made a story in my head about where those came from, and local was never the story.
Yeah. We had those back when I was in the Colorado store too.
I like those, man.
So you can see they're setting up the registers. They're all getting turned on. Here's another shot from a different angle. So you can see like the store essentially came on like, I think it was 4 pallets. The stock was probably about 30 pallets, but the store itself was 4. And it was really kind of cool because they came in these giant crates. And then once you took everything out, the crates turned into these walls. And I was like, I mean, that's kind of ingenious. That was not a Lego thing. That was a let's reach out to a professional company that makes traveling exhibits and stuff and get them to make us a store. But it was really cool. Let's see. We got here's another shot. Look at these products.
My goodness. There it is.
There's Grand Emporium.
Yep.
We've got the which one is this? Not the pet shop. Maybe it is the pet shop.
No, it's the pet shop. That's the
Fire Brigade is right here to the side.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Fire Brigade. Maybe that is the pet shop.
It's something. I can't tell.
There's a Star Wars I missed.
The shuttle.
I love that thing.
There's the blockade runner.
I love that. I can't tell you how much I love that thing.
Here's the Imperial flagship. Here's the Maersk train and Maersk ship. Same time.
My God. Right above, underneath them is Mindstorm.
Mindstorms. We got, a bunch of smaller Star Wars stuff. That one's General Grievous's fighter there.
Yeah. I actually own that one, oddly enough.
On this side, we've got the big AT-RT dropship thing. Where you got the 2 things together in it.
Nice.
This island's all Pirates of the Caribbean. This island's Pharaoh's Quest.
And now, just a rando guess off the top of your head. The island. How long would it take for an island to get wiped?
They would be totally emptied sometimes within 20 to 30 minutes.
That's crazy.
It was stupid. It was like it was nonsensical.
Because I promise that expensive wall, it didn't just disappear. But I promise those little islands that are within $20 and $50, MSRPs.
Yeah.
I know they get wiped.
And this was another fascinating thing to me. The store in Kids Fest at this time in 2011 had nothing that you could not buy anywhere else.
That's
nothing. And what do people want? They want show exclusives. That's what they want.
Absolutely.
And there was nothing that was exclusive. And also, your backup plan. Okay, fine. You don't have anything exclusive. What's on sale?
Yeah.
Nothing was on sale. And it was not real. I was like, what's happening? Back here, all these red boxes, that's your Harry Potter.
Nice.
You've got Diagon Alley there on the top.
Yeah.
And actually Diagon Alley there and there in the middle.
Oddly enough, we own that set as well.
Look what's on the back. Got some pink buckets back there.
I do. I see those. Are those those might be the pink buckets.
The bucket.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. Oh, I forgot about this. This is the queue to get in the store itself. So the store, okay, like I cannot articulate this with enough embellishment. The store, the 12 registers, all running, all full, all with customers. The queue to the registers full, like solid. There's a line of people. Every inch of the queue is full. No one's moving. The store itself gets so congested that people can't walk. So you have to shut it down. Then this is where people line up to get inside the store. This at its peak, all of it was full. Can you fathom this? Like I can't. And this phenomena, this Kids Fest phenomena lasted for almost 3 solid years at every show, no matter where it went.
Wow. That don't happen.
And after that, every year after that, it plummeted and plummeted and plummeted. So there was definitely something that happened. There was some kind of magic that happened, and then it just, I mean, like I'll save that for the Kids Fest episode, but it just plummeted.
That's crazy.
And that's why the whole show doesn't exist anymore. But at its peak, for years, this was every show.
Wow.
So that was the line to get in the store, which is just so ridiculous to me. Let's see, other things that are not Lego store related, we can talk about later. Here's another shot from the store from a little bit further back. So you can see that the front, there's the stanchions that go across the front of it. So people that are at the show can't, I mean, you could just walk under the stanchion, but that's the implied is that you have to go through that queue to get inside the store. We have, let's see, a couple notable people. So back there, he was in the shot with the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
That's Randy. I don't think Randy works for Lego anymore, but he used to be the assistant manager of the Mall of America location.
Nice.
And then we've got this lady here is Judy.
Hey, Judy.
Judy retired. I think she worked at the Mall of America store from the day it opened.
Wow.
And she no longer works for Lego either. She retired. Judy is a Brick World Chicago regular. She is also, I find it lovely and hilarious that she, like me, has not allowed Lego to throw anything away. And so she has spent now several years bringing items to the Brick World charity auction that I don't think should exist. Judy, I think 2 years ago, brought a brick built sculpture of a minifigure, and you guys have seen these in Lego stores. And I'm like, Judy, how do you have this? But Judy was there. I'm pretty confident from the day they opened, and she has been through 2 major store remodels. So I'll leave that where that is.
Yeah. I'd also like to mention, if you guys have listened in, you know, the trivia, that Mall of America was the first one.
It was store number one.
Store number one.
Let me go back to the album. Let's see here. I took this photo. So one of the night, just one night, they asked if I wouldn't mind counting the money. I want to say, if memory serves me, this was $25,000.
My God.
And this is one night. We counted the drawers down every couple hours because the drawers got so full of cash they couldn't handle it. So we would have to do like a cash pull. And again, to me, this was unheard of. Like, I didn't have this much money on Black Friday.
Yeah.
of my store in any of my locations. And this was like 15 hours.
Yeah. What's with the Band-Aids?
You would be surprised how many people cut themselves. So that's just a box of Band-Aids. But I was laying this out to get it all prepared. That's a Brinks bag. So Brinks would come and pick up the money just like they did in the stores.
Mm-hmm.
And I could not almost seal that bag.
Jeez.
Like I was like, it was a struggle. It's just stupid, guys. It just doesn't even make any sense. So that, like I said, that lasted for years. Here's another couple shots here of the store, getting product set up. Got some architecture stuff on the floor, some Duplo buckets, nothing terribly interesting, I don't think. And then this shot, another shot here, Prince of Persia.
Oh, meow.
Prince of Persia there. And, yep.
That's insane.
So, I think that's all the important. Yeah, that's all the photos I want to share. So that happened. Here's another super, super fascinating wrinkle. Guess who I ran into at Lego Kids Fest in Minneapolis? I'll wait. I was walking the show floor while we were setting up, and I bumped into Jim Folds.
Oh, dang.
The person that I had literally just sent an application to get a job from. He did not know I was going to be there. I did not know he was going to be there. And I caught him off guard, which is not easy to do. I caught him off guard. He was like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I wasn't supposed to be here until 3 days ago. Because I explained the whole accident and how I wound up there. But Jim was there because in the first few years of Kids Fest, they actually worked really well and integrated the local Lego user groups into the show. We'll talk about that later. We'll save all that for the in-depth episode. But Jim was there because he was working with Twin Lug. And I think there's one more, TC Lug, to set up their display. They had a big layout and he was going to be there. And I was like, this is it was also kind of like awkward because this is the guy at this time. He's just the hiring manager, right? Like I know him from Colorado. I remember him shopping in the store. We remember the Lego Universe days. We remember that whole thing. But now he's the guy that I'm hoping will hire me. And I am now just, whoops, here we are. So my stress, I wasn't really stressed. I was actually having a lot of fun, even though it was like killing me. But my stress turned up because I go, oh God, like literally the guy that I just applied to is now going to be watching me all weekend.
I love it.
And even though I have nothing to do with fan stuff, that's the reality.
Yeah.
I have applied to work for a job with this person. We're both Lego employees. We're in the same room, same time, same show. He's going to be watching how I do.
He's going to make sure that you're his guy.
So I was like, turned it up a little bit. And I was like, all right, I got to really be on my A game because I don't know when he's going to be watching me. And so, but that was super crazy. That happened. And we did have a conversation. We didn't talk a lot because we were both super busy. But we did have a conversation. What was even crazy? Here's what's even crazier.
I'm listening.
My current boss at that time, remember John Brady, district manager.
Yep.
We've seen photos of him. We've talked about him.
Yeah.
He was there too. Usually there was one or two district managers at these things. They got all the people that were salaried to do this. Sure. He was there and he didn't necessarily know that Jim was going to be there. And he's like, oh, Jim's here. And I mean, he knows that I've applied for this job too. And I'm like, oh my God, my current boss and my potential future boss are in the same room at the same time. And he goes, I'm going to go have a talk about you with him. And he just walks away. And I'm like,
oh, poor cat.
I was like, I was having a great time. I was also dying, but I was also like, what are they talking about? I'm like looking at him like, what are they talking about? What are they saying?
You're never gonna know.
And I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about.
Do you?
But they did have a conversation and like I said, John straight up, he's like, I'm gonna go talk about you. I'll be back. And he went and walked off and I'm like, whatever.
I love that. I love it.
Outside of that, because I thought that was a really kind of cool little thing that happened. the only other part of that trip was I got to see the Lego store Mall of America, and that was really cool. So one of the days when we were early in the morning, we drove over to the Mall of America Lego store, which was not far away. It was like 20 minutes away, and people are still throwing their money at the store. So we went over there. That store was super amazing, and I got to see that. That was before the. No, actually, it had already been remodeled. It had just been remodeled, so they had like the giant like mech that's like 43 feet tall.
Oh.
So I have a photo in my album somewhere where I'm standing in front of their wall. That is a pick a brick wall.
There you go.
From the Mall of America. Like that is no joke. Let's end on that photo. I think we have to end on that photo. Where is it? Where is it? Stand by. Whew, man.
Come on, Kevin.
It's I'm looking at it. It's just crazy. Okay, I'll share again real quick. Look at this wall.
Holy crap.
Look at this wall. Okay, for the record, this is the largest pick a brick wall in the world. This point right here, they have to use a scissor lift. So the Lego store in Mall of America does have a scissor lift, and they only bring it out, I think they said once a quarter, because they have to dust all the bubbles and everything. But this is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see this in real life, it really is truly jaw dropping. This was early in the morning, so you can see the lights are still a little dim. But it was incredible. I think there's a photo somewhere of me in front of it, perhaps, maybe.
I don't know.
Some of these photos are from a different event that I'll talk about later.
Going on.
No, maybe not. I have a photo of me in front of it somewhere. But all right, that wall though, guys.
My God.
So that was my first trip to go visit the Mall of America Lego store. It was a lot of fun. I got to see some super cool stuff. I got to finally meet. I had met the other Kevin before, but I got to see his store. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I think will wrap us up for today. So we finished up New York, done visiting with DK Publishing and seeing FAO Schwartz and the Lego store Rockefeller and Toys R Us Times Square. And then I did a little bit of a flashback because I forgot about Lego Kids Fest in Minneapolis. So that was super, super cool.
Great, yeah.
And I also got to see the Brickmania headquarters when I was there too. So everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to another episode. We got so much more stuff still to talk about.
So much.
But hey, thank you. I no audio issues this time?
No, you're good. Your camera's been crap the whole time, though. That's why I'm doing it to both of us.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
Is that
Everybody, no, it's not. Everybody, that's Julian right there.
That's Kevin right there.
Thanks, buddy. Remember.
Yeah, gotta sort those bricks.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. Let's see if we can end this thing.
No paparazzi.